Here we are at Wrigley Field. I don't know when that was, but the Cardinals were the opposition. Apparently it's some time ago because even the streets look different, and certainly the automobiles look different. We're going to walk around the Super Suite because actually it's a lovely place to throw a party, and the Chicago Cubs are anxious for you to realize the party tendencies here. Not only the food, but the ability to see every play in comfort. Now, Mike here is my cameraman, and I'm moving closer to him. But we're going to move all the way around the room. Leonard, how are you doing? Are you here all the time?
Yes, I am. All the time.
What do you do?
Well, I set up the suites and stuff, and whatever need to be done around.
Excellent. What's the last name, Leonard?
Haywood.
You've been here all year?
Yes.
First year?
No.
You've been here a long time?
For a while. Yes.
Hello, boy, Leonard.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr.
All right, here, who's this guy here? What's your name?
Steve.
Hey, Steve, how are you? You see the TV sets? If things get a little boring outside, they come in here, have a libation or two. Watch. On the TV right now, there's the number. If you're interested in making a reservation, if you're from out of town, the area code, of course, is 312. If you're in town, 404 Cubs. If you're out of town, it's 312-404-CUBS. If you're only in Chicago, 404-CUBS. On one of the TV sets. There are a lot of them around here. Here's what's left. Here's what's left of all the food we've been eating today. I can see that Brenneman and Steve and Ron Santo have been busily engaged, partaking. A lot of other stuff here. Hey, can you see this? Oh, look at that. Okay. If I turn this switch, what goes on? All right, let me move along. Here's a little more room here. Here's a sink. I'm looking for the hard stuff, but I don't see any. There is a bottle opener here. All right. Here's one of our, let's see what's in here. It's empty now. But this will give you an idea how spacious it is. Now, we're going to go outside. Okay. Hey, Jim Lucas, how you doing? Are you guys on the air? Are you guys on the air? Hey, Dave, are you guys on the air? Hey, Tommy. Brenneman just turned around. We'll see we'll get a front view of them in a moment. Whoop. You sure I won't get electrocuted, right? See, I'm still walking around in here, and now we're coming to the outside port. Now here is Ron Santo and Tom Brenneman. They're on the air on WGN Radio. What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about the Chicago Cubs. Harry just is stepping in front of us.
We're on TV right now.
Oh, we're on TV.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking about the Super Suite. It is super, isn't it?
Oh, it's really super. For those on the radio, we're talking about the Super Suite where we're broadcasting from here today, and Harry's got us on the tube. You are the Grand Master, the tour giving here at Wrigley Field.
I saw what was left of all the food they've been bringing out.
Him.
No, that's you, Tommy.
Oh, Harry.
All right, go back to your radio program. And now we're outside where we've been broadcasting from. And look at the fans. Come on over. Now I'm sure this gives you an idea how much room there is. Let me give you some of the details, by the way. There's not only one of these suites, there's two of them. One at the other end of the mezzanine section. Now, it's designed to throw parties for corporations and private parties. They have a complete menu package provided by the Levy restaurants, and 40 tickets. This, if you make a a reservation here. You'll also get 40 tickets, 4 parking passes, or 1 bus pass, and the price per game, $4,000. For more information, just contact the Chicago Cubs at 312 area code 404 CUBS. All right, now, I don't want to be in the, hey, where are they here? All right, they're the fans. Now, I promised you we'd be returning to the Magic of '89 because the score now against the Cubs is 9-0, and you're going to see some exciting baseball. All right, to the Magic in '89, here it is. All right, now listen. The rains have almost stopped, and we are going to have baseball, and the Cubs are going to win this game. What's your name there, man?
Ryan Jackson.
You come to the Cubs games often?
No, sir.
No, where do you go?
Sometimes when we get tickets, or when we buy tickets, or we get free tickets from my dad's job.
Are you going to be a ball player?
I don't know.
Oh. What's your name, Sonny?
Danny.
Are you a ball player?
Yeah.
What position you want to play?
First base.
Socks. You got the wrong cap. Is your mother a Cub fan? Is this your mom here? What's your name, dear?
Pam.
Pam what?
Pam Komar.
You come here often?
Yes, I do.
Good for you. All right, what's your name?
Eric Rice.
Where are you from, Eric?
Baltimore.
You're not related to Mark Grace, are you?
No, Eric Rice.
Oh,
Rice.
Rice.
Ken Reitz. Remember Ken Reitz from
Yeah,
the San
yeah.
Francisco Giants?
Yeah, well, why do you say Wrightson? Say
Well,
Reitz?
you know, it depends where you're from, you know.
Having fun today?
Having a great time. Great
Even
time.
with all the rain.
I wish they'd keep playing, though. I don't know why they called it.
Yeah, well, they're going to start
Baseball's
again.
been off long enough. They need to play in the rain or the snow, whatever.
That's a good idea. How about you?
Carol Rice, his wife. We're also from Baltimore.
Well, what group is this from Baltimore?
This is the Chicago Northwestern box.
Oh, I see. What's your name? What's your name, dear?
Sherlyn Jackson.
Some of these kids yours?
Yes, these two boys.
You mean the kid with a White Sox cap? That's you?
Righty Jackson.
Ryan Jackson, these are my 2 sons and my wife. We're having a good time out here at the ball game.
I'm going to get you some Cub caps.
All right.
Come over here. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike what?
Metropolis.
Nice Greek boy, huh?
Yes.
Are you a Cub fan?
Yes.
You're a good-looking young man. You're going to be in the movie. First, you play about 10 years for a major league ball club like the Cubs. Then you go right into the movies. With your looks, you got to succeed. Okay, good seeing you. Your name, sir?
I belong to him. I'm Tom Metropolis.
Oh, you are Greek.
He's good looking. I follow him around.
Did you know Nick Cladis?
Coetta, sure.
You know, his wife died a couple days ago, and she was buried yesterday. What a wonderful man.
He was.
I know you want to express your condolences to the family like I do.
To the Coettis family, my deepest sympathies. Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Okay, who hasn't been on?
I'm Eleanor Archie.
What do what kind of a position? Are you a Cub fan?
Yeah.
What position you play?
I don't play baseball anymore.
You don't? Why not?
Because I play football.
Oh, you're going to get hurt playing football, whereas baseball, you make $7 million a year without getting hurt.
I know. I'll do good in football, though.
Okay, very good. I know you will. Your name?
Hey, Harry, my name is John Brincat. Nice to meet you from the northwest suburbs of Chicago.
Good.
Everybody in our box today was wondering, how did the tradition to take me out to the ball game with the crowd start? Could you elaborate on that, please?
Well, that's the only, number one, that's the only song I know the words to. Number two, wherever I'd hear it, I'd be mumbling to myself or whoever's at the table or what. And then Bill Veck bought the ball club at Sox Park in the middle of the 7th-8th. He would play it, and I just mow, take me out to the ballpark. And the only people who would hear it would be Jimmy Pearsall, who was my partner, and Mike Torchy, our television man. So I didn't know they were doing it, but Bill, who now owned the White Sox, through lip reading, knew what I was doing. And he looked underneath our booth, and he saw about 4 people quite obviously singing with me. So the next night, he put up a public address mic, and nobody knew about it. So I'm in the booth, and she starts playing a take me out to the ball. And I hear my voice come booming back at me. But when the game was over, I went up to Bill and I said, what the heck was that all about? He said, Harry, I've been looking 45 years for the right guy. He said, as soon as I heard you sing, I knew you were the right guy. And I began to pump up a little bit in flattery. Yeah, he says, you know why? He says, I knew that whenever anybody heard you sing, they knew that they could sing better than you. So naturally, they would sing. Whereas if you had a good singing voice, they'd be intimidated and wouldn't participate. Now that goes to show you what a public relations mind Bill Veck had. That's the whole story, nothing but the story and the truth.
Thanks, Harry.
All right, what's your name?
Ken Hunkler, Arlington Heights, Illinois. When are you going to teach Steve Stone how to sing, Harry?
Singing's not the problem, it's smoking that's the problem.
Too many cigars, huh, Harry?
What's your name?
Ray Bolt, Mundelein, Illinois.
Mundelein.
Yeah. How you doing, Harry?
I got you in there.
Hi, Harry. Dana Murphy. Dana Murphy, Downers Grove.
Downers Grove. I know some people living there. Come over here, fellas.
Come on. Yeah, come on. Hey, Harry.
Are you looking at yourself?
No, Harry. God love you. You, Harry. God love you, Harry.
No, I'll tell you, you see how vain these guys are? And I had you on, yeah. Come here, pretty girl. Come here, pretty girl. What's your name?
Linda Alessi.
Where are you from?
Aurora.
Aurora. You know, they had a big softball game today.
Oh, they
in
did?
Aurora, yeah. The mayor was there, and 2 casinos there. One from Elgin, one from Aurora.
And to benefit Oklahoma City for children.
Right. From 11 to 3 o'clock, I hope they got it in. The weather.
It was nice when we left, so hopefully they did.
Okay.
Hopefully they raised a lot of money.
Hope I see you here more often.
I'm here all the time.
You guys sit in these boxes?
This is the Chicago Northwestern box, and we're here all the time.
Well, that's wonderful.
Oh, great.
Thank you. All right, folks. Enjoy yourself.
Number one fan.
What's your name, Sonny?
Connor.
Wait a minute, let the cameraman get over.
Let the cameraman get over here.
Let me get out of the way. We want to see you.
The number one Cubs fan.
There he is. All right.
Say,
there you are.
who's going to win today, Con?
Who's going to win, Connor?
Gonna win.
Say Cubbies.
What's your name?
Marty.
Marty,
Yep.
you with the big group.
Yep.
Group, huh?
Yep, we're with the big group. And we wish they'd play ball again, Harry.
Well, I think they're going to. The rain's got to stop sooner or later. What's your name?
Dan.
Dan?
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
All right.
I hope
Harry,
now let's see how powerful you are. Just pray for rain.
Say play ball. Let's all yell play ball.
Say
Play
all
ball.
right.
Let's have him kind of yell play ball.
Play ball.
All right, now let's go back for the rest of Magic and 89.
Steve Stone back at the ballpark in a rain delay in the 7th inning, and we've got some pretty good news for you in that it's raining very lightly right now, and the fans that are left are chanting for baseball to start again. I think that's going to happen. The Cubs are in pretty good shape with runners in first and third, only 1 out. But let's take a look back at how the runs were scored in this 1-1 game, and it starts off with Jerry Brown. He comes up, and with the wind blowing to left field, 16 miles an hour, he takes Jamie Navarro out of the ballpark. Third home run given up by Navarro. The only run he gave up today, as he was pretty good through 6 innings. Ozzie Timmons comes up as a pinch hitter, his first major league home run, and he goes way back. That ties the score at 1. And then Mark Grace and Sean Dunston in the 7th inning singled. The Cubs have runners at the corners, only one out. So they've got a golden opportunity to score. Now, we're getting into a fairly lengthy rain delay, which means that we're not too sure if John Burkett's going to be able to come back and pick it up where he left off. Burkett was just unbelievable today. In fact, the last time out against Atlanta, he got knocked out in the 4th inning. Really didn't have his good stuff. He walked 3 men. He gave up 6 hits and 4 runs. But today, a completely different story. Burkett in command, and almost unbelievably, he didn't have a 2-0 or a 3-1 count. He was ahead on the first pitch strike 20 times today, and that really set up this particular performance by Burkett. So we told you that the rain a little lighter. Perhaps we're going to get this one in the not-too-distant future. Bruce Fremming, the crew chief of this one, called it off. I think the Cubs are going to be in pretty good shape in this ball game. Remember, they've still got a 1-game lead over Cincinnati. They're working on a 2-game losing streak, but they're trying to end all that here today.
Caray back at Wrigley Field. Look at that. It's good news. They're taking the cover off the infield, which means the game will be resuming, and we'll be back to bring you every thrilling play. Remember, the Cubs are tied 1-1 with Florida. The Cubs are batting in the bottom of the 7th. They have 1 out. They have runners at 1st and 3rd. And when play is resumed, and now it definitely appears it will be, we'll be right here to bring you the play-by-play over WGN Channel 9. Players around the field loosening up. This game will resume in about 5 or 7 minutes. And, of course, we'll be here to bring it back to you. Caray and Steve Stone, we're ready to resume baseball here. I'll tell you all about how the Cubs won the game and the magic of '89 in a moment. But right now, it's the magic of '95. Runners at 1st and 3rd, 1 out, game tied. Hojo with a count of strike 1.
Randy Veras on the mound.
Veras is on the mound. He relieved yesterday very well. He was with the Cubs for a while, you recall, last year.
Veras pitched an inning and a 3rd yesterday, and he's got his work cut out for him with runners at the corners. A tough situation. John Burkett, who was brilliant, can still lose this game. He can't win it.
Runners 1st and 3rd, infield back, hoping for the double play. The shortstop, Abbott, and a second baseman, Veras, are in double play position. Runners 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Dunston the lead. Off first. A little bit low. And the count is evened up. Boy, it's amazing how many fans have hung around for an hour and a half delay because of rain.
What you have to worry about here, if you're the Marlins, Veras throws a lot of good, hard-breaking curveballs and a lot of pressure on Johnson if one goes in the dirt.
Big pitch. Inside, ball, 2 balls and a strike. The wind hasn't changed. It's still blowing cross field out of the right to the left, carrying to the left field corner. 2 balls and the strike. Randy Veras. A high pop fly, foul, out of play, into the stands, down the 3rd base line. Veras is 29 years old, lives in Folsom, California, 6'3", 210. He's been credited with a little more than a year in the major league towards his pension. There he is. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big at-bat for Hojo. Again, he whirls and throws. 1-1 tie. Veras getting ready. deep enough to score the run. There's the catch. And here comes a go-ahead run. And the Cubs have taken the lead for the first time today.
Howard Johnson drives in his first run of the year, his first as a Cub. It couldn't have come at a better time. And Veras went away from the curveball, went to the fastball, and Howard lifted it just far enough in left field. So the Cubs have got the lead. And watch it again. This one up and out over the plate, and Johnson gets enough of it. And the Cubs go on top 2-1.
And Greg Newey, Tommy Gregg, playing left field for the Marlins, knew he didn't have a chance to get Grace, who scored easily, and Hojo getting the congratulatory pats on the shoulder and the back. And this way I did it, Hojo is saying.
It was a long at bat, Harry. It took 2 hours.
There's a drive. Deep to left center field. Going to be caught, though, by Gregg to retire the side. So it's 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. At the end of 7th, the Cubs lead 2-1.
A participating advertiser on Cubs baseball is Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide.
Here where the Cubs have just taken the lead, 2-1. And Mike Perez is on the hill for Chicago.
His record 0-2, the ERA 3.29 on for the 15th time, and that leads the staff.
Buechele has replaced Hojo Johnson at third base. Timmons is playing left field. Whitmore takes it a little bit low. Ball 2. Hojo Johnson drove in the go-ahead run and now has been replaced for defensive measures by Buechele. There's a strike call. Oakland leading the Yankees 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th in Oakland. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whitmore, who's won 2 out of 3 today. The White Sox defeated Detroit 1-0 this afternoon. Ball 3.
Whitmore hasn't shown in the major leagues, but he did hit 20 home runs at Edmonton last year, so you have to be careful with him.
3-2 pitch. Ball 4. You know what that means in this kind of a ball game.
Jim Riggleman looking over his lineup card. No activity in the bullpen, and you have to keep a close eye on Whitmore. He doesn't have blazing speed. He has yet to try to steal a base, but if you're going to play center field, you have to have good enough speed.
Trying to push him along, popped into the air. Easy out. Oh, there was a break. Kurt Abbott, the shortstop, trying to sacrifice, popped the ball in the air to Perez.
Well, Abbott does not have a sacrifice this year, and he kind of stabbed at that ball instead of trying to catch it with the bat. And Perez calls for it easily. So Abbott does not get the job done, and now we're going to see a pinch hitter.
And it is Terry Pendleton. Normally, their third baseman being rested today. He's been in a little bit of a slump. Hickerson in the bullpen for the Cubs. 1 out, 1 on. Montreal beat the Dodgers 2-1 today, and the Mets down San Francisco 6-3.
Now Pendleton, a much better hitter from the left side. All 3 of his home runs and 12 of his 16 RBIs have come as a left-hand hitter.
Fastball a little bit outside. Pendleton, a tough hitter in these kinds of situations.
And Jeff Conine in the on-deck circle, and he is a mighty tough hitter, but he's got a bit of a hamstring problem.
Ooh, he had a cut of the fastball, and he fouled it back.
Rain is starting to come down again ever so gently.
One ball, one strike. Little bit outside. Ball 2.
Well, Pendleton has grounded into a double play this year. And he does have fairly decent speed, especially a step faster from the left side.
Hitting .216 for the season. Perez over to first. Conine hitting .318 with 4 homers. Waiting on deck.
And you really worry about Conine, Harry, because of the wind blowing out toward left field.
Fouled it back. Perez. They got 2 runs off of him in relief yesterday. 3 hits, 2 runs, and 2 innings. But this is another day. 2-2. Ball 3, 3-2. He's aiming for that outside corner, but he's missing it.
And now you wonder if Rene Latchman is going to gamble with Whitmore. It's pretty heavy footing in that infield, and if he does go, you might get to strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Throw over there, he's back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch. There goes a runner. Line drive fouled into the stand.
Took somebody's umbrella with it.
Busted his umbrella, but got a baseball. Which costs the most? 3 balls, 2 strikes. There it is.
The umbrella's gone, but he does have a souvenir. So he'll be a wet, happy fellow.
3 balls, 2 strikes. A high pop fly over near the stand. Buechele makes the catch. Nice play. Buechele went to the Cubs bullpen for that one.
Good concentration on the part of Steve Buechele. You've got the rain coming down. He's going over toward the seats, toward the dugout, keeping his concentration and making the catch. This is a good play. Good effort by Buechele, put in defensively. And now 2 outs, but a very dangerous Jeff Conine.
More dangerous today, the way the wind is blowing towards the left field stands than ever. Conine hitting .318, 4 homers, 17 RBIs.
Steve Buechele might have hurt his neck on that play. And John Fierro coming out gives us an opportunity to tell you that this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago National League Ball Club, which has the right of approval of the announcers and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago National League Ball Club is prohibited.
Considering you've only been rehearsing for 4.5 hours on reading that copy, very good.
Well, we had a long enough rain delay, Harry.
Certainly did. Cubs leading, though, 2-1, 2 out here in the 8th. It's amazing the enthusiasm of these fans, though.
You look like you're having quite a time talking with the fans over the box over there.
Yeah.
I know they certainly appreciated seeing you up here.
There's a pitch high. Well, you find out that what I've always said, it isn't the players, it isn't the owners. What's important is the game. And everybody loves baseball. Ooh, I'm glad he didn't hit that one. 2 balls and a strike. What do you think he was thinking about?
I think you should be very happy if you're Mike Perez that Conine fouled it straight back. That shows that you're right on it. You're on the velocity. Now he wants to stay away from Conine. Force him to hit the ball to right and right center.
Strike 2 call. That's the place to put it knee high over the outside corner.
And one more there, and the best Conine can do with that one is maybe dribble a single into right field. But he's not going to pull that pitch out of the park.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 3. Just missed it. 3-2.
Now Mark Grace is going to play well behind Whitmore. Remember, Conine can't run at all, so a chopper in the infield, and the infield is back. You won't have a force at second with the runner going, but you will have a play at first, as Conine is just kind of hobbling down there these days.
There's a fly ball in the right center field that will be caught to retire the side. Brian McRae called down Conine's fly ball. No hits, no runs. 1 man left. We go in the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs lead 2-1.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines at convenient Midway Airport, the official airline of WGN TV Sports. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Hi, I'm Ed Lynch, new general manager of the Chicago Cubs. This is Jim Riggleman, the new manager. As general manager, it's my job to put together the best group of players I can. And then it's Jim's job as manager to get the most out of those players. And if we do our jobs right, we should win some ball games. Right, Jim? I'll hold up my end. Great. Well, that's great. Then we should be just fine.